of people have been going on and on about like physical media and stuff like that. I'll say it right off the bat. I don't think it's a problem of physical media. It's more of a representation and an issue of ownership over the products that we buy. I think we're all fed up and we're all tired of renting something or potentially not being able to own something. I love physical media. I think everyone does. If people want that, I think companies should provide it. And the issue nowadays, especially with gaming, so like with movies, it's different. Because like I can buy a physical movie, I could buy a physical DVD player, and that DVD player and that movie are not connected to the internet whatsoever. But the second you put the internet and you have everything connected and like your PlayStation and your Xbox don't work unless they have a specific update, then we have an issue. Now we have a problem, because then they could just make it to where the consoles don't read physical media at all. They can make it to where the next generation of consoles don't read physical media unless you have a certain update or unless you have a certain thing or less. So this is all about ownership. This is all about like letting us buy things. It is ours. We own it, and you're not going to be able to take it away from us. This is a real reason Sony wants to destroy physical media. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. PS4, the definitive edition, Grand Theft Auto, PlayStation 4. And look at this. $22.75, $24, $38.99. It costs money to move physical media, and then they lose a lot of money on the stuff that doesn't sell. If you put it on the store, guess what? You never have to move the product, because the product's not taking up, I mean, the product takes up space, but it's not taking up like as much space as physical media does. So this thing, look how much money they're getting from this. Look at this. You don't lose 24% off. You don't lose almost half off from, oh, that's literally half off from there. You don't lose half off from this either. You're getting your money one way or another. And it's crazy because it's like, oh, games, it should be cheaper. You know, we stopped buying physical games. And the reason they want to do this is because people don't really buy physical media as much anymore. There are exceptions, and I'm sure there's plenty of exceptions, but I'm sure the vast majority in the rule is that they aren't buying physical games. And the fact of the matter is, you don't have to worry about pre-orders. You don't have to sell up. You could just put it out there, let your marketing do the job, and then buy the game. And then put the game out on digital media for people to buy every so often. And then with PlayStation potentially doing their like user, you know what? I'm not even going to go into that because I don't have enough information to talk about that, so I'm not going to talk about that. But this is the exact reason why they want to do it. They know digital sell, and they know they don't, and it costs them less money, and they never drop the prices of digital games, even though they're paying less to make digital games. Physical media should die because Grand Theft Auto 6 does it. The way Sony fans dick ride Rockstar is so hard, needs to be studied. What's going on here? Like, shit. Oh, did he say it could cost $500? I'm still clicking pre-order. Grand Theft Auto 6 is truly exposing how ungrateful gamers are. You know, Grand Theft Auto, there are some games that are just like universally beloved by every person who even touches a video game. People who don't play games, like my uncle doesn't play games. He owns like a PS4, or I think he owns like a PS5, and all he has on it is Grand Theft Auto. That's it. Like, Grand Theft Auto transcends genres, and I think Grand Theft Auto is very significant on like the people just want to do what they want to do. It is the freedom to, I'm going to take whatever car I want to take. I'm going to shoot whoever I want to take. I'm going to beat up whoever I want to beat up. You can just indulge. It is nearly close to the ultimate escapism in a video game. And getting away with anything that everyone thinks about doing. And I think that's why it's so universally praised. Not a single person is complaining about GTA. Could have been another 100 for a deluxe and I'd still get it. Oh, it's definitely too many people complaining. Facts. We should thank Rockstar for not making the game $300. That's not even expensive. They could still charge. We would still. The prices isn't the issue. The store being locked behind the Ultimate Edition is the issue. Don't buy the game. Get out of the comment section, dude. Jeez Louise, man. People do it. And here we go. People talking about their physical media. Man, I cannot wait to move my new house so that I can take my game collection out of storage. Physical media is important. Wait till I show you guys my TurboGrafx. It's not about the physical game. It's all about who owns the game, the ownership of the game. I'm telling you, digital games, if there was a way that we could own digital games, people would be just as happy. I like buying physical games. I have a bunch of physical movies that I own because I think if I like something, I want to put it on my shelf. I want to do it. I'll listen to an audiobook, but if I really like the book, I'll buy it and put it on my shelf because for me, it's something I can go back to anytime I want. I own it. It's mine. You can't take it away from me. And it's a great conversational starter when people want to come over. But yeah, no, I think it's less. I think if there is a way that I could save my format, and I think that's also important. You know what? Now that I'm saying that, I've kind of like given myself another perspective because when you own something, regardless if you partake in it, it is yours and you can go back to it at any time. If I lose internet, if I lose power, whatever, I shouldn't say lose power. That's a bad example. But if I lose internet or whatever, I can just grab a book and that book's always going to be mine. No one's ever going to be able to take that book away from me. At least not in America. They're not going to be able to take that book away from me. But then if you think about a video game, if you lose internet, oh shoot, I all of a sudden can't play this game anymore. Or if the company lose the rights to the game, or if something else happens, or if the company decides, or if whatever, imagine scenario, the fact that there is a chance that they could take away something that I paid for is ridiculous. That should just be 0%. It should be 0%. Just like this book is basically and utterly at 0%. That it should be the same thing with everything else that I own and purchase. Physical media is old tech.
At least 6.5 billion people are idol worshippers that according to the Torah
do not have the right to live.
So technically, according to the strict law of the Torah,
not one Gentile in the world deserves to live.
What the hell is going on here? Here's why Sony is making the right call over physical media is old tech. Just like CDs and DVDs, it was always going to disappear. However, if Sony wants everyone to go fully digital, they need to let us actually transfer or sell games between accounts. I agree. Physical discs are done in 2028, and that's fine. But right now, digital ownership still feels incomplete. This guy gets it. This guy totally gets it. This guy, like, you need to have some form of digital ownership. We need digital ownership, and we need to figure that out sooner than later. I think the first person that figures out how to do digital ownership is they're going to make millions. They are going to make millions. And you know what the worst part is? I don't even think it's that big of a deal, because I think there was other companies like this one, like GOG shared a clear statement on digital ownership after Sony announced the end of physical disc. They said that even if a game vanishes from the GOG storefront, it never leaves your library. This is how purchased games should work. So it's like, matter of fact, it already exists. Just put it on my computer. We need to make this like a mainstay. So if it leaves the store, it's on my computer. Or at least it's in in the GOG library, and so it's like I can still re-download it or whatever needs to happen. Like, just let me put it on an external hard drive. Let me put it on something. And I think this goes back to why people are like spouting for physical media, because everything on a hard drive, everything, it just feels less real. It feels less there. And I get it. I'm talking about feelings now, but there's something about like owning a cup. A cup's a bad exia. Let's go back to books. There's something about like owning a book and then having a digital version of the book. I can keep track of that physical version of the book. I can always use that book. I can replace that book. I can fix that book if I need to fix that book. But if I have something digital and it gets corrupted or something happens, then it's gone. You can say the same thing, like that book could catch on fire. I can get water damage to the book. There are some things that you can't repair outside, like the cover and the spine, or like the pages can get torn up. So I don't know. I guess there's dangers in everything. And like, that's just me looking at the semantics of the argument, when the reality is it's like it comes down to personal preference. It is just like and when it comes down to personal preference, ownership should be the objective. Ownership is the only objective that matters. Imagine announcing you're going fully digital, and while the world still hates you for it, your platform goes down for hours, rendering all digital games useless. Man, the future's not looking so bright, is it? Future's not looking so bright, huh, guys? That is wild. Greed has no limits. It sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. My gosh, dude. That's some egg on the face if I've ever seen it. That is some egg on the face. Chinese courts have ruled that gaming accounts, in-game items, and digital purchases can be passed on to family after death. Dude, my Steam library, my kid is gonna be so set. Oh my gosh, dude, my kid. I'm gonna make sure before I die, I at least have all the classics. I'm gonna make sure before I die, I at least own everything that I could possibly own that's worth owning. Now, what's also going to suck is that because I review games, I buy a lot of shitty games as well. So there's going to be a lot of things on there. I think I can put all the crappy games somewhere else. Like I can hide them or something and be like, all right, these are the games you just don't touch. The decision comes from several court cases over the years, with judges ruling that these digital assets have real value and should be treated like other properties. In one recent case, a mother was allowed to inherit her late son's 87 game accounts. And this is good. This is a W. We should look forward to this kind of stuff. This type of stuff. They do this and then we just improve upon it. We innovate upon it. But whatever country takes steps for consumer laws or consumer rights or putting consumers first definitely needs to be looked at, because then we can copy it, we can master it, we can improve upon it. The courts also ruled that a platform terms of service cannot automatically block inheritance of the law permits it, however personal data such. And you don't want to know what? They will want to block these. They will want to block these. They are going to try to stop this types of stuff, because if my son doesn't have to go back and repurchase these video games, guess what? That's more money in their pocket. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's less money in their pocket. Sorry, I spun myself around. Because the idea of them having to go back and purchase these games would be huge money. If I raised my son to be anything like me, my gosh, or my daughter, my kid, I should say. Games went from $70 to $80, $90 due to increase in production costs. Why is the dollar sign on the back? What is this? Is what? Never mind. I'm getting distracted. Now everything will go digital, so companies no longer have to make and distribute game discs. Somehow, games will not go down in price. Yeah, that's the biggest confusion. The biggest weird that's been weird. No one gives a damn what the industry plant has to say. Alana Pierce, no amount of petitioning will change Sony's position on disc. I do not think petitioning and public backlash will work here at all. Yeah, I mean, like, there are some times, I think companies care a lot about optics. I really do. But there are times where the money is just way more proof than the actual optics itself, and so companies will take the marketing hit because they're just making so much lucrative money in other ways. After the announcement was made, Sony's stock climbed 7% despite all the outrage. It was significant success. I don't think Sony will see consumer spending go down as a result of this news. People are financially supportive of this. Yeah, no, I kind of agree with her. Like, this isn't going to change. The only thing that'll make it change is if they start losing money because of it. So, but what does that mean? What does that look like? So if a competitor comes out, let's say Xbox comes out, or Nintendo comes out, and Xbox is like, okay, you own all your games. And we're going to support you owning your games, and we're going to sell you external hard drives, or we're going to put an external hard drive on the Xbox. So that way, whenever the next generation of Xbox comes out, you can plug it into your new one and transfer all the data over, or pick and choose what games you want to play. We're going to make it easier for you to own your games. Or maybe, and I doubt Microsoft is going to do like hardware, right? I doubt they're going to do something like that. They're probably going to put it on the cloud. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they put it on the cloud and they did something like this. Another thing that I think needs to be done is we need a gamers freaking politics. We need a gamer party. We need the National Gamers Party, all right? Because I feel like us gamers have we have a consumer brain mind, which in and itself, it works so big in capitalism, right? I think a political party that is consumer first would make leaps and bounds for the nation, especially for gamers. If we had a gamer political party that would go in and make laws that said you could own your games, think of all the other benefits you can get from owning digital stuff or digital services. Think of all the people who would help with their movies. If it was illegal to, we just make up a law, just say like everything on the cloud is yours. It is yours, and you can prove it by that it's yours. Now this might fast track digital identification, which would freaking suck. But I say we need a gamer party. PlayStation is ending production of physical game disc starting January 2028. From that date, new games will be available in digital formats only. This will only work if they make owning their games the objective. If they make ownership of video games the objective. That is the only way this will work. That is the only way this should work. And until someone shows us until this becomes streamlined for everyone, for music, for video games, for movies, no one's going to do it. A competitor has to show that this is what people really want. And once that happens, then we'll see actual change.